Hi everybody, welcome to this new video for the GenAI Nerd channel, and in this video I want to show you how you can start easily using the new open source models of OpenAI. So you might have heard that OpenAI has launched some open source models. That means models that we can use actually for free, and one option is to download these models and put them on your computer, but that requires quite some space and actually quite a novel, fast computer. However, there is another option, and that's to use these open source models via GROQ.com. And that's not the GROQ of Elon Musk, but it's a cloud service platform where you can actually run these models. So let me show you how that works. So the first thing you need to do is go to the website GROQ.com, as you can see here, and then what we will need is an API key of GROQ. And how can you get that? And you can get it fully free. So you go to free API key, and then you have to log in with your account. So I will now log in with my Google account. You're here, and then you can create a new API key. Now I already have API key, so I no longer have to do that, but so you can simply press here on create API key, and then you will get this kind of long password that you have to save on your computer and that you can use to communicate with GROQ Cloud. And GROQ Cloud kind of hosts a lot of large language models, and so today they also host the open source models of OpenAI, so we can take a look at that. And so with this API key we can now start using models that are hosted on the GROQ platform. So let me show you here to the docs what kind of models are out there. So here you can see all the models, and as announced already, here you see that the newest models are these open source models of OpenAI. So I will now use the OpenAI GPT OS 20 billion parameters model, but you could also even use the 120 billion parameters model. So let me now show you how you can start using these models in your own environment. So now I go to my coding environment. So here I simply open the Jupyter notebook file. And so what do we need to do? So if we want to use GROQ, we need to install also GROQ library. And so after you did that, we can start using it. So now I have already installed it. So now I just have to import GROQ from GROQ. Then, of course, I also have to display my GROQ API key. So here I don't literally give it for security reasons, but I have just a file where I store my GROQ API key, so then I can read my GROQ API key, and then we can actually start using the model. So here is a very simple kind of coding snippet. So I define the client, so we use GROQ, and then I need to again formulate my API key. And then I can do a simple chat completion where I'm saying like the system has as a role being a helpful assistant. And here is then my actual user prompt. So here I ask as a prompt, explain the importance of fast language models. And here I stipulate that the model I want to use is the OpenAI model. So now I can run it, and let us see what then is happening. So that has been already finished. So let us take a look at the chat completion object. So this is the full object now. So this is quite a long object providing all the information of executing this code snippet. But now, of course, I want to simply get the output, and this is how you can get the output from the GROQ approach. And indeed, you see I now get already a very extensive bunch of text created by the OpenAI language model. So this actually shows you how you can very quickly start experimenting with the open source model without having to kind of download the model, which typically requires a lot of space and quite a fast computer. So this, I think, is a very good alternative to start experimenting with these new models. Thanks for your attention. Bye.